how do organisations who are trying to defend enterprise and companies, how do they share information then about new threats and that sort of thing? Is the forums on it, or is the, how do they do that?
Yeah, I mean, lots of the vendors, you've got FortiGuard Labs from Fortinet, you've got Talos from Cisco, and then you've got OTX, the Open Threat Exchange.
And what are they doing, those platforms?
So essentially what they're doing, they're intelligence agencies, they're sharing data from all their security appliances, what they're seeing, the types of threats, and they've all got their individual technologies to enrich that information. But most of the leading vendors are sharing that information openly so that we can defend at speed. So it comes back to that enrichment, right? So as a defender, what you want to do is get those very expensive, very talented resources not burnt out. You want them to be defending in the moment. So you want them to bring all that context together. And one of the ways of bringing that context is to bring that enrichment from those other vendors. So sometimes one vendor will say that the traffic's destined from one country, and another vendor will see traffic destined from another. But what they can see is patterns of behavior, and those patterns of behavior then naturally lead to other things occurring. So you can see that early intent before an attack actually happens by using that threat enrichment as well. So it's all about giving you the decision-making power and giving you the context you need to be able to defend it. If you imagine you haven't seen something before, okay, what's the first thing you want to do with automation is you want to isolate. Now, if that machine is responsible for £100,000 worth of revenue a minute on a shop floor in a manufacturing facility, you're probably not going to be forgiven for isolating that machine for 3 or 4 minutes. But that's why you need to start segmenting your networks and your protection zones into zones so that you can automate what really needs to be automated. The key for us is making sure that we're preventing lateral spread. So remember, we were talking about that breakout time, the time it takes for an adversary to get initial access into that network. What are they going to want to do then? They're going to want to maximize their ability and the potential for that threat to be successful. So they're going to want to spread laterally across the network. We try and kill that in the moment. Very few organizations are segmenting their network zones with firewalls. Typically what they'll do is they'll put access control lists into each one of those network zones to protect those things from happening. So it's really, really important that each security layer, from your endpoint, your firewalls, your email, all those different appliances are fed with that threat intelligence, meaning that essentially as sensors, they're detecting and preventing that activity before it becomes troublesome.